Aloha. Good evening, everybody, on this pleasant Monday night from Larry Miller Field here in Provo, Utah, on the campus of Brigham Young University. We welcome you to the final game of the opening round of the 5A Baseball State Championships, presented by Tab Bank here on KSL Sports Rewind. And we welcome you to this intriguing matchup between the Spanish Fort Dons and the Cyprus Pirates, with the winners advancing for a right to go to the second round. With my broadcast partner, Wilson Gustafson, Alexander Timoliv here in the broadcast booth. Wilson, I turn to you. First thing I say is we have had 2 run rule games, but we also had a walk-off game earlier today. And looking at the stats, and like you said, going off the air of the last game, we look at these lineups and look at these 2 teams. It is a very intriguing matchup.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think we already saw a run rule. I think we're going to see another one of those close back-and-forth games again here in this matchup between Cyprus and Spanish Fort. We know Spanish Fort pulling off a bit of an upset, coming in with a lot of momentum, but Cyprus is a stout team as well. They are not going to be pushed past easily.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups presented by Tab Bank for the Spanish Fort Dons, who will be leading off tonight. Boston Duvall leads off in right field. Nixon Warren in center field. He bats second. Trink Cloward bats third. He is the catcher. Left fielder Jackie Sorensen is fourth at cleanup position. Pratt Morley, shortstop. He bats fifth. Sammy Dart, the starting pitcher, bats sixth. At first base, Matai Johnson bats seventh. Cody McLean is at second. He bats eighth. And Jason Pintar bats ninth. Rounding out the order, and they will all go up against Easton Seeley.
Our umpires this evening behind the plate, Mr. Blair Van Dyke.
Blair Van Dyke is behind the plate tonight. Joe Sisson at first, and Kim Brooksby is at third. We are ready to go, and just take a look at that backdrop right there, Wilson. How about that backdrop of the Wasatch, the sunset against the Wasatch? I was telling Josh Dodger, cameraman, this earlier. I mean, this and Les Murakami Stadium, probably 1-2 the best backdrops in all of college baseball.
I mean, this is beautiful, right? I love how it was, you can tell the park was intentionally built with this backdrop in mind, right? And it worked out beautifully right here in the Wasatch front. Doesn't really get better than this for some baseball.
And Wilson, tonight is tonight, of course, very special night for me especially. This marks 100.
Here it is.
The century mark of Games for Rewind. Wilson and I will be walking down memory lane a bit tonight, looking back over the first 99 games I've called for Rewind, including the 3 we had today. And let me tell you, Game 98, Games 97, 98, 99 were no slouches either.
Ones to remember for sure, absolutely. I mean, we've had 2 games back-to-back walk-off home runs. That just doesn't happen in the state tournament, but it's been so much fun to watch. Holy cow.
And we will be, like I said, we will be walking down memory lane a lot tonight. Me and Wilson Gustafson, 99 games down. And now the first pitch from Easton Seeley. Game 100 is underway with a strike right at the knees called by Kim Van Dyke. And that's the last bit of absolute knowledge we're going to know about this game for a while. First pitch at 8:34 p.m., down low, ball 1. Glad to have you join us from across the state of Utah and around the world as this is tap foul up the third base line.
Early 1-2 count here for Seeley. It's really important whenever you're first starting off the games. You want to get ahead of the count early. When you keep getting caught behind, that's how you rack up your pitch count early on and get knocked out of the game early.
There's a lot of Spanish Fork red and black here down to our right. 1-2 pitch is high and away, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter for the Spanish Fork Dons, Boston Duvall. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. That's a base hit. And that's a heck of a way to start for the 20th seeded Dons as Boston Duvall reaches on a first pitch on a leadoff single, and already a runner on here for the Dons and nobody out.
I mean, that's all I can ask for out of your leadoff hitter, right? Solid contact there right up the middle, perfectly timed. Love to see it, putting yourselves in a good position to score here in the top of the first.
So Nixon Warren now steps into the batter's box. First pitch on the way, showing bunt. He lays it down. Pitcher says he's got it. Quick throw to first and gets him. And the sacrifice goes 1-3. It moves the runner over to second base, so a runner already in scoring position for the Dons with 1 out.
Just like that, little small ball goes a long way. Small ball and defense can win you a lot of games.
We saw how it helped Salem Hills earlier today and nearly pulling off a stunning upset of Orem, but what an epic game that was. Back and forth, seesaw battle. We expect to see the same here tonight. Ground ball up the middle. That's another base hit. They're going to send the runner home. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's on line, but it's cut off. Throw to second. They will not get the runner. An RBI double, and the Dons fire the first shot across the bow. It's 1-0.
I mean, hey, just like that, right off the bat, Spanish Fork attacking early. Love to see the sacrifice button moving the runner in scoring position. Then you slap hit, takes it away, 1-0 Spanish Fork. Great baseball right there.
And all within the first 3 hitters, no less. So 2 hits and 3 hitters and a run plated for the Dons. And that pitch is inside from Seeley. 1 ball, no strikes. Salem Hills started very much the same way against Orem. Took an early 2-0 lead, fell behind 4-2, and then it just turned into a seesaw battle from there.
Ooh, that pitch looked pretty good.
Didn't get
Got
the
a little
call.
bit too much of the inside corner, it seems.
Didn't get the call, though, from Kim Van Dyke. Kim Van Dyke is in behind home plate. Joe Sessions is at first, and Kim Brooksby is up the line at third. 2-0 pitch. And this is down low, 3-0, and Easton Seeley working himself into a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, Seeley already in some troubled waters here early on in the first inning with only 1 out. Another runner in scoring position.
Troubled waters, is that a Pirates reference? Is that a Pirates reference right there? Here's the 3-0 pitch, and a 4-pitch walk issued. And runners on first and second now with still only 1 out.
Can't ask for much of a better start here for Spanish Fork.
Jesse Harrison is the pinch runner, by the way, taking the place of Nixon Warren out there at second base. Or Trig Clower, the catcher, rather, at second base. Now it's Pratt Morley, the shortstop, to bat. And the pitch is high and inside, ball 1. And in case you're hearing some extra noise from down below, members of the Spanish Fork softball team are here this evening cheering on their baseball counterparts, along with some of the Little Leaguers from SF. 1-0 pitch, line to the left side, base hit. They're going to send the runner home. Throw to the plate is cut off. It is 2-0 Dons. What a start for Spanish Fork. And just like the Salem Hills Skyhawks earlier this afternoon, if Cyprus wasn't awake, they better be now, because the Dons are coming out firing on all cylinders.
It's true. No time to waste here for the Spanish Fork. They're attacking, jumping early here with 2 runs. And just some solid baseball. Hits all around.
Seeley's first pitch is in there for a strike. Maybe you get the feeling that the new temple announced down there is providing a little bit of a motivating factor for these Dons.
Giving them a little bit of a spark, perhaps, for the city, man. For the temple. I love it. I love it.
Hey, one can dream, right? One can dream. 0-1 pitch. That's outside, ball 1.
Yeah, Sealing an early jam here. Runners on first and second now with 1 out. Going to see how he handles the lefty and Sammy Dart.
Ty Johnson, the first baseman, is next. They'll go around the horn of 1 first baseman, second baseman, third baseman to go 7, 8, 9. This one in the dirt. The start reminds me of Lehigh against Riverton last year in that game where Lehigh just jumped all over the Silverwolves, went up 7-0 and just stomped the Silverwolves. I mean, it was a game that, quite frankly, I don't think any of us were expecting to happen. And now here we are, 3-1. Wilson and a pitch away now from loading the bases.
True. Or even a swing away from scoring another run. It's a really aggressive hitters count here. Wouldn't be surprised if Dart comes out swinging.
2 for 2 with runners in scoring position. This one's golfed down the left field line, foul, and into the bullpen. So the count goes full here on the 6th man of the order, Sammy Dart, who's the starting pitcher here this evening for the Dons of Spanish Fork.
Little chilly here on this Monday evening.
It is. It's very cold.
I've seen a lot of people bundled up now as the sun starts to go down.
Three-two pitch. Ground ball back to the pitcher. They go the short way for the force throw to second. They will not get the runner. So the fielder's choice goes 1-5. The runners at first and second basically remain the same. And here comes Matai Johnson out of the plate.
Yep, smart play there by the pitcher. Way to stay under control. Get that lead runner out there at third. Get yourself 2 outs. I can rest easy a little bit. Dial in here for this third out.
Head coach Hadley Thorpe, though, has to be loving this start for the Dons. Up 2-0 already before they even get a pitch away. There's a fly ball in the right. Chasing is the center fielder back to the wall, and he makes the catch on the run. DJ Ovison gets over there to make the play, but the Spanish Fort Dons are the ones who fire the first shot here tonight at the Cyprus Pirates. They take the early hit. It's 2-0 with the Pirates coming to bat here on the Rewind Sports Network.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Beautiful view there of the looking out towards Spanish Fork and Payson on US Highway 6. Alexander Tumalip and Wilson Gustafson, 2-0 in favor of the Dons. Let's take a look at the Cyprus Pirates starting lineup for tonight. Leading off is Rene Hidalgo, the right fielder. DJ Ovison, who just made that sprinting catch, will be the center fielder batting second. Easton Anderson, the catcher, batting third. He is batting third. The two Densley brothers, Cody and Brody, batting fourth and fifth, respectively. Cody in left field, Brody in right. Nick Griffel, the shortstop, bats sixth. Another brother, Reiner Hidalgo, will bat seventh. He is at second base. The starting pitcher, Easton Seeley, is eighth. And Carter Prim, the DH, is ninth. Drayson Garcia is the only one not hitting in this order. Contrast to Hadley Thorpe, Spanish Fort Dons, everybody is hitting tonight.
Sure got a couple pairs of brothers here. Kind of fun here in the starting lineup. Cody and Brody, obviously two heavy hitters here. Tough having them back-to-back in the lineup, but you love to see it.
And let's see how this offense settles in after giving up those 2 runs to start the game for first-year head coach Alex Aldana. Aldana in his first season leading the Pirates to a 20-win season, 21-7 overall, the 5 seed in the 5A state tournament. We remind you that the Pirates were the only team to go the full 3 games in the Super Regional, and they survived a battle with the Wasatch Wasps. I mean, it was a battle just to even get here to this point, and now here they are already down 2-0, but adversity ain't a thing for them. First pitch on the way is swung on and missed by Rene Hidalgo.
Rene missed on a high fastball. Little behind on it. Not a bad swing, though.
Next pitch coming from Dart is at the knees for a strike. And quickly an 0-2 hole here for Rene Hidalgo, the DJ Ovison standing on deck. 0-2 pitch coming from Dart. And a good waster away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The sun setting here, the lights starting to take full effect here at Larry Miller Field. It is a beautiful night on this Monday evening here in Provo, Utah. That one is swung on and missed for strike 3. And the first strikeout of the day for Sammy Dart.
Hidalgo was
down.
Quite behind on that one. It wasn't the fastest hitter I've ever seen, but great job there by Dart mixing up his timing, catching Hidalgo off guard.
So now here comes DJ Ovison, the center fielder. First pitch coming from Dart is up high around the schnoz. 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0 Dons, the 20th seed, coming out swinging here in the early going. Still a lot of baseball left to be played, though, tonight. As that pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Again, the Pirates, the only team to go the full 3 games in the Super Regional. So they know a thing or two about adversity. That one's high and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Reminder is this is my 100th game. We will be walking down memory lane a bit tonight, looking back at some of the great games that have taken place over this time, as that one is cut on and missed. A lot of swing and strikes here for the Pirates here early on, and the Buccos' second hitter in the order is down to a 2-ball, 2-strike count. And that one is outside.
Dart really going to work here on Ovison. Missed a couple outside here, but when he's locating that fastball, he's been really effective so far.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the game for Sammy Dart. And there's two gone here.
Now, play number 2, Easton Anderson.
Here comes Easton Anderson out of the plate for the Pirates.
Dart working very quickly here out of the windup. A quick tempo might just be what's throwing off the Pirates here early on in this game.
Here comes the first pitch. That one is a strike.
Paying to that outside corner, pretty pitch there.
2-0 Spanish Fork leads here in the first inning. Next pitch from Dart is a changeup right there, strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch coming from Dart. Whoa, that one almost hit him. And Anderson had to duck out of the way of that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Almost sounded like it did. Guess it tipped off of the catcher's glove, but...
Yeah, it sounded like it rippled his jersey, but then again, you can never tell these days. 1-2 pitch coming. Foul. Sammy Dart, 2 batters face 2 strikeouts here, trying to go for a third and set down the side on strikes to open up the ball game. What a statement that would be by the Dons. Here it comes. Aloha. He went. And Sammy Dart does indeed strike out the side. What a start for Spanish Fork to get the 2 early runs, and then Sammy Dart, the starter, strikes out the side. The Dons lead 2-0 as we go to the top of inning number 2. I'd like to thank Riverton Chevry for their sponsorship of tonight's game and their continuing sponsorship of the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of Utah High School baseball. And just a reminder that anytime a ball hits the roof here at Larry H. Miller Field, that'll be cue for a Riverton Chevy Random Roof Ringer, where we dig up a random fact about the game of baseball. We've already had 4 today here at Larry H. Miller Field. And so now here we are, Wilson Gustafson with me, Alexander Timulit, celebrating my 100th game here this evening at Larry H. Miller Field. Easton Seeley back to work on the mound. He'll be facing the 8th man in the order, Cody McLean. McLean, Pintar, Duval, 8-9-1 to start for the Spanish Fork Dons here this evening. First pitch from Seeley is right there for a strike.
There we go. See, they got into a little trouble early on here in this last inning. Gave up a leadoff single, sacrifice bunt, and then a double to bring him home.
This one up the line, and it's a fair ball as it's off the third baseman's glove. A hard turn at first there by McLean, and he will stay there at first. And again, another leadoff hit for the Dons. They have 4 now through just 4 They have 4 now through 8 batters.
Yep, and that's what got Seeley into some trouble last inning. Hopefully, we'll see if he'll be able to kind of dial it in here and keep things in check, or else it might spell some more damage here for the Pirates.
2 runs on 4 base hits for the Dons. Showing bunt and pulling it back is Pintar, and the ball's up high, 1 ball, no strikes. Spanish Fork leading 2-0 here over the Pirates of Cyprus. And there is a lot of Spanish Fork red and black here tonight at Miller Field. Check throw back to first. Boy, that was close. We've seen a couple times today where runners have been picked off, especially in that Orem-Salem Hills game where we saw one player picked off and 2 others almost picked off.
And Seeley with a quick pickoff move there, too.
Whoa, that gets by the catcher. And I do believe that is going to be scored a passed ball. It's ball 2 regardless. Runner advances to second, and again, more traffic here on the base paths for the Dons.
Brings up a 2-0 count here as well to the 9-hole. Great hitters count.
2-0 pitch. That one's up high, 3-0. So Easton Seeley struggling a little bit to find a rhythm here, and all of a sudden he's in danger of getting first and second again and still nobody out.
Good discipline there from Pintar.
Taken all the way, strike called right at the thighs. And Cyprus likes to have a little adversity face them. It never bothered them that much. It's grounded to second, throw to third. They will get the runner going to third on the force. So score at F6-5. Meanwhile, behind the plate, Pintar reaches on the fielder's choice. And Boston Duvall now steps up to the plate. Back to the top of the order once again.
Interesting decision there to send the runner from second. You saw he was kind of waiting for it. Good play by the shortstop. Great decision there to get the lead runner out there. Set up a double play.
First pitch on the way from Seeley. Grounded to third. Just foul. Another troublesome bounce right there for the third baseman, Garcia. But, nevertheless, it stays foul.
Sure, lucky for him that the ball bounced foul, but he had that one early on this thing that really kind of ate him up. Tricky over there at the hot corner.
First pitch is off the mound. That's into center field. They're going to send the runner to third. Here comes the throw to third, and they got him! What a play by Ovison. The sprinting catch earlier and then guns down the runner. Score it 8-5.
That is a great throw from the center fielder to gun him down going to third. I don't think it was an over-aggressive send there. Just it took a perfect throw to beat him out, and that's exactly what they got right there. Huge play by Cyprus.
So 2 out now. And that one is down and away for ball 1. Reminds me of that game I called earlier in this school year, Layton against Cottonwood, that went to overtime, 83-81, that score. There's a lot of great plays in that game, too. This one is lined in the left, right at the left fielder, and it's squeezed out there by Cody Densley, and that ends the inning. Some trouble again for the starting pitcher, Seeley, but he gets away with nothing done. And the Cyprus Pirates come to bat in the bottom of the second. They're down 2-0 to the underdog Spanish Fork. Welcome back, everybody, to Miller Field as the familiar tune of Center Field plays over the loudspeakers by John Fogerty. The unofficial anthem, I should say, at the opening of Hawaii Rainbow Baseball broadcast. They still play that. And, of course, Wilson, I should say, this is not the only big games that a lot of that you and all and the crew and I have called. We've had some big ones in the past, more notably the Lehigh Skyridge basketball game back in January 2023 between those two rivals. I mean, 77-66 the final. I mean, Wilson, you remember me and Tyler Gibb and everybody else talking about that game, how big that game was for Skyridge, how big a statement that was that night. And that atmosphere was probably one of the best we've ever had.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I have heard you guys talk about it. I was still on my mission during that time, but sounds like it was electric for sure.
I mean, you've had those games, right, when you were at American Fork, against the games against Lone Peak and all of that back in the day.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that kind of stuff is
one of the great
huge.
Rivalries in high school sports. This one's chopped high in the air on a hop, throw to third to first. Great play there to get Cody Densley out there on the 5-3 putout.
I mean, there really is something special about high school rivalries. Like really and truly, it's a little bit more personal. Like, obviously, you got college rivalries. I mean, like, those are classic professional sports. But when it's high school, when it's your town, their town, you know the guys on the other team, you've hung out with them, but at the same time, you want to pound them into the dirt. There really is something special there.
And I think that's what makes it so tough to commentate, is that the emotions get so charged during those games. It's sometimes hard not to get involved, I think, during games, which is such a challenge.
It's true. Well, and that's part of the atmosphere, too, right? You get caught up in it. It's really fun, really exciting. You really do love to see it. So, yeah, makes those kinds of games special for sure.
It definitely was a special night for sure. 77-66 the final was that night at Skyridge High School. 0-2 pitch coming. That one doesn't get the call in the high outside corner. But hey, we've had some big, hey, last year, all of them can qualify as big games last year. I mean, just look at the 6A tournament. All of those games were incredible matchups. This one is slugged off the end of the bat, just over the first few rows of the top in the nosebleeds, if there are such things as nosebleeds here at Miller Field, which there aren't.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I mean, there really is not a bad seat in this house.
1-2 pitch is a liner into light. That's a base hit. And the first base hit of the ball game for the Pirates. And the Buccos have their first base runner of the night.
Play number 15, Nick Griffel.
Nice piece of hitting there. Able to take it to the opposite way. Dart gives up his first hit of the night.
So now Nick Griffel, the shortstop, now stands in. Two nothing in favor of Spanish Fork as that pitch is swung on and missed for strike one.
Cyprus threatening here, though. Man on with one out.
Any ball in the gap or the line is going to be some serious trouble. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball. This could be 2, 6, 4, and they will not get 3. Runner's going to get there ahead of the throw. So 6-4, score it. FC 6-4.
True, tough to turn 2 on that one. Shortstop's really going to have to charge the one if he's going to have enough time to beat out that runner at first. But still makes a good, clean play. Gets lead runner, most important part. Bringing up 2 outs here for Dart.
So Rainer Hidalgo now will stand in. The second baseman. As we are just past 9 p.m. local time here at Larry Miller Field. That pitch is on the inner half for a strike. Game 100. It's quite a number. Tells you I've done a lot.
It's a big old number.
It is a huge number. 50 was the number last time out. This one is tapped foul off the end of the bat. 2 strikes.
It's a big old windbreaker, too.
Yeah, it was. There is no wind, though. I mean, the flag out in center field is basically dead.
It is all but dead out there.
It is all but stopped.
I mean, very different conditions from that last game we just had, from windy and sunny. I mean, outfielders were having a nightmare, but this is crisp right here.
0-2 pitch is slugged down the line. That's going to be big-time trouble. Up near the fence. They're going to send the runner. Here comes the run in. The throw to the plate is cut off, and the Cyprus Pirates are on the board.
Great hit from René Hidalgo there. Really just kind of throwing his barrel at the ball, but makes great contact, pulls that right down the line, double to the fence, and he is amped right now at second base. You'll love to see it out there, giving some life to the Cyprus Pirates.
Rainer Hidalgo slugs out that RBI double, and now it is 2-1 in favor of the Dons of Spanish Fork. And so the Pirates strike back against Sammy Dart after he had a relatively clean first inning. Has a look back at second, does Dart, and the pitch is swung on and missed right into the glove of the catcher.
Seeley a little behind on it there. Not quite able to catch up. See if Dart's maybe going to go off speed here.
And a very aggressive approach. A lot of first pitch swings here by Alex Aldana's team. 0-1 pitch. This one is lifted foul off the end of the bat. Look out, that's going into the parking lot.
And that's true. That wasn't exactly to their favor in this first inning here with 3 straight strikeouts, but it's done them a lot more favors here in this second inning. We'll see if Seeley's able to get around on it in time to send this thing into that left center gap.
The 0-2 pitch coming from Dart. Doesn't get the call.
Ooh.
Left it outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Right there on the corner. Didn't look too bad. Maybe just a little bit up. Didn't miss by much for sure.
Runner at second, 2 out. 2-1 in favor of the Dons. But the Pirates have already checked in with their first run of the game. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. They'll go the long way to first. That's in time. And that ends the inning. But the Cyprus Pirates do get their first run of the game. We could be in for a long night here, folks. 2-1 in favor of the Spanish Fork Dons as we head to the top of inning number 3. At the conclusion of this evening's game, Wilson and I will be selecting our choice for the Tab Bank Player of the Game. Proud sponsor of KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of UHSA Championship Sports. Tab Bank is the home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% APY on your account balance and 1% cash back on all eligible purchases. But those rewards are just the start. You get convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualifications. No minimum opening balance and no account fees. No wonder Tab Bank calls it a big deal. Tab Bank is a proud member of the FDIC and a proud sponsor of KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of UHSAA Championship Sports. A lot of high-stress pitches for both sides here already early on. Kind of reminds me of some of the high-stress games I had to call when I was a younger announcer, Wilson. I mean, even with Ty and even with Josh a couple of times this year. I mean, we've had some really high-stress games. This is grounded to second, gloved up cleanly, gunned over to first in time, and can't ask for a better start for Easton Seeley. 1 pitch, 1 out. And speaking of high-stress games, Wilson, I mean, just look at last year, what Ty and I called. I mean, it seemed like every game from the elimination games on seemed to be a high-stress game for everybody.
No, it's true. I mean, that's the beauty of state tournaments like this, right? It's like every team that comes out here, 1 through 8, is going to be competitive. Everyone wants to win it, right? So every single game we're going to play is going to have high stakes and it's going to have a lot riding on it, which makes these kinds of things so much fun to attend and so much fun to do, to commentate.
It just isn't fun if you're a fan. It's not fun if you're a fan, as this is barreled to the right side. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Falls in front of the right fielder, Rene Hidalgo, and that will allow the base runner to reach with 1 out here. The 6th hit of the game for the Spanish Fork Dons, and here comes the 5th man of the order, Pratt Morley, after the 1-out single by Jackie Sorensen, the left fielder.
Morley got hit his last time up. We'll see if he can kind of repeat that here.
But again, a lot of high-stress pitches already for both sides, for Seeley and for Dart. And you expect we're going to see a lot of those here tonight and the rest of the night probably. 1-0 pitch. That's down on the carpet. 2 balls and no strikes as Morley has to tell his runner not to go. Spanish Fork checked in with 2 runs in the top of the first, and then Cyprus got their first run of the board last inning. That one is up high and in. 3 balls and no strikes. So Easton Seeley now again facing a little bit of traffic here against a very, very disciplined Spanish Fork team. 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way, it's a strike.
Yeah, we've got to get something there across the board here. See if they can battle back here from 3-0.
3-1 pitch. Ground ball to the pitcher. 1-6. Wasn't the cleanest exchange, but they get the 6. They don't get 3. So they get the force at second, score at 1-6 FC. And meanwhile, behind the plate, Morley reaches on first. And up hits the starting pitcher, Sammy Dart.
Just want to give a little shout out to Seeley. He's made a couple good plays on some short hoppers that are up right up to the middle of the mound. It's tough, really, when you're a pitcher going through your follow-through, trying to make that play, but he's done it cleanly a couple times.
This is outside on the pitch there. 1 ball, no strikes. Easton Seeley. Throw back to first. We've seen a lot of close plays at the bag throughout the day. You have to think at some point, probably going to get him. Here's a foul ball way up there. That might be out of Miller Park and onto the street over there. 1 ball, 1 strike. This game started at about 8:35. We're running a little late because of the game between Orem and Salem Hills, but no fault of their own. I mean, that was an epic fight. A seesaw battle between those two sides.
Such a great finish to that game, too.
Yeah, the 2-run walk-off home run by Tatum Kaava. And you just get the feeling we may be in for yet another one of those seesaw battles here tonight between Spanish Fork and Cyprus. The 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3 balls and a strike. And already, Seeley facing the prospect of having a little 2-out traffic here.
Yeah, but he's had a lot better command here this inning.
Well,
see if he can spoke too soon, it seems.
Right on cue, Mr. Gustafson. You spoke too soon, my friend. So runners on first and second with 2 out, but it harks back to the point that I said. A lot of high-stress pitches here early on, but I guess that's good if you're Cyprus, because Cyprus has not played a game in almost 4 days.
This is true. Get your fellas back into it, getting ready for the rest of this tournament.
I misspeak, actually. I think, Cyprus hasn't played a game in almost a week and a half, because they had a bye, while Spanish Fork had to fight and claw their way against Alta. And by the way, that was one of the big upsets. A lot of people thought Alta could be a dark horse running all the way to at least the semifinal round of the double elimination bracket. But the Dons just went in and just dominated them from start to finish and rallied late to win the game. So this is also a team, Spanish Fork, Wilson, that has been tested by adversity.
Well, no, sure. And right now they're playing with their backs to the wall, which you love to see. They have no quitting them right now, fighting for every single at bat. And you really just see it as paying off right now with the 1-run lead and 6 hits already through 3 innings.
1 ball and 2 strikes, the count now on the first baseman, Matai Johnson. Runners on first and second, 2 out as Seeley trying to get out of this inning with no damage. Runner in scoring position. The 1-2 pitch is lifted foul off the end of the barrel. Catcher Anderson unable to chase that down.
Johnson flew out to center to end the first inning, his last at bat. Not a bad hit, though. Right there in the gap. Just got under it a little bit too much. See if he can straighten it out this time.
1-2 the count here. Seeley has a look back at second, and the pitch is fouled again. So we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, 2 out. And a 2-1 lead early in the third here for the Spanish Fork Dons. 1-2 pitch. And that's down low. And I guess Seeley had enough of the foul balls, and he totally told Matai Johnson, you're not fouling this baby off.
Yep, just missing away. See if we can get Johnson to chase.
Deuces wild. 2-2 pitch. High pop-up, and I mean high. Look out. Shortstop coming in to make the play. He does. And that ends the inning. Cyprus strands those 2 Spanish Fork runners at first and second, and they're coming to bat. They trail 2-1, and to the bottom of the third we go at Miller Field. The Rewind Sports Network and our coverage of the UHSAA 5A Baseball State Tournament continues tomorrow morning starting at 11:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. rather, with a couple of elimination games. Olympus will face off against Salem Hills, and the loser of this game will face off against Viewmont. Meanwhile, in our 2 winners bracket games, Brighton, the defending runners-up, will face the Orem Tigers, and then the winner of this game will face off against defending champ Maple Mountain. Coverage starts tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Kyle Garrison will be on the call for that one.
Leading up the Pirates number 9, Corey.
So they're telling me that last year, Maple Mountain was the 1 seed and Brighton was the 2 seed, and they played each other in championship.
Hey, it could happen again. It very well could happen again.
I mean, after what we've seen today, it really wouldn't shock me.
Yes, those are clearly the 2 best teams in the league right now. I mean, playing a head and shoulders above everybody else. Everybody else is just fighting for that other spot to get to play, the chance to play them is really at this point. 1-0 pitch. is fouled. 1-1 the count now on the leadoff man in the order of the 9-hole, Carter Prim.
Dart's been pretty strong so far here. 1 run on 2 hits through 3 innings.
And a swing and a miss.
Locating very well, attacking the strike zone. No walks so far in this game. Looking very good from the left side of the mound here.
1-2 pitch. That's going onto the roof. That one hits off the stanchion and hits the roof, so that's the cue for the Riverton Chevy Random Roof Ringer, where we dig up a random fact about the game of baseball. Carter Prim, the DH, faces a 1-2 count. And that one is up high and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 8 hits already for both sides in total, but only 3 runs, and a lot of high-stress pitches on both sides.
And Dart's been really effective so far, working very quickly again out of the windup.
That is a strike 3 over the outer half. His 4th strikeout already.
Not a lot of frills and not a lot of fluff that we've seen out of Dart so far. Just a lot of strictly fastballs, working the outside corner, well located, mixing up his timing and his speed just a little bit, keeping his hitters off balance. And he's done a really good job here early on in this game.
The 4th strikeout for Sammy Dart. Back to the top of the order now, and that pitch gets by the catcher to the number 1 man in the order, Rene Hidalgo, whose brother Rainer has the only base hit that drove in a run in this game for the Pirates, but it was a big one to get them within a 2-1 score. Here's the 1-0. That one is high and up around the eyes. 2 balls and no strikes.
Good on Dart for trying to come back here and work his way into this inning, into this at-bat.
2-0 pitch on the inner half for a strike. You know, I never got to call a game with Jackson Dart, now the quarterback for the New York Giants, when he was at Corner Canyon, but I have called a few Corner Canyon games in the past, so that name Dart brings back a lot of memories. Shout out, of course, to Dr. Doug Henstrom and Auntie Nikki, and who will be soon welcoming back son Luke from his mission in Tijuana, Mexico. Luke will be back in June or July. Can't wait to welcome him back.
It's awesome. I had a couple buddies who served in Tijuana, actually.
There you go. Very small world. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Whew. If it was as small a world as it was, if a lot more people had served in Japan, then I'd be a rich man. But alas, no such.
Dart doing a great job of fighting his way back into this at bat, coming back from 3-0.
3-2 pitch on the way, and he leaves it low, ball 4. So the tying run is aboard here for the Cyprus Pirates. Good time to remind you, the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of the 6A baseball tournament continues tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. from UCCU Ballpark. And then we invite you to join us for the finals. The championship series begins Friday on KSLSports.com. The winners of the 2 brackets in 5 and 6A. Doubleheader starts at 4:30 on your home for UHSAA Championship Sports, the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. 2-1 the score here between Spanish Fork and Cyprus. The Pirates have a runner on first and 1 out. Here's the pitch. Liner into right. This one is looping and falling. That's going to fall for a base hit. Runner at first had to freeze, but they do get the runner's advance up to second. And with the 3rd hit of the game, Easton Anderson now comes up with the tying run in scoring position, Wilson, and the go-ahead run at first.
Yep. Anderson struck out, swinging his first at bat here. Gonna see he's able to adjust to Dart in the lefty-lefty matchup here. So if he can find a way to get something up the middle there in that gap. Second baseman shading way over. Try and cut off that pole.
Yeah, they're almost playing in the Ryan Howard kind of shift as this one is grounded back to the pitcher. Is there going to be a play? Throw to first. Yes! What a play! Sammy Dart, falling on his backside, is able to snag it and throw it to first. But the runners do move up 90 feet.
I mean, that was huge, bailing himself out of his own bases loaded situation. Good play. That's really tricky coming off the mound, off the deflection, able to track it down and gun him down.
So here comes Cody Densley now. His brother Brody right behind him in the order. And a chance to put the first big ping on the board here for the Pirates. The Buccos trail 2-1. But they're threatening. Here comes the pitch from Sammy Dart. And a strike right at the knees.
Densley grounded out his first time up. Solid contact. Gunned down from third, though.
Here's the pitch. There's another good strike right on the inner half. And Dart is just laying it in there on those corners. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 out here in the bottom half of inning number 3. 2-1 in favor of the Dons. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. And the Pirates have their first lead tonight.
A great job there. Obviously, there's that nice gap there right in between second and short. He's able to force his way in there with just enough to make it to the outfield and score not just the runner from third, but runner from second as well. Great piece of hitting there.
So now up steps Brody Densley here. Alex Aldana looking to his dugout saying, hey, let's get some support going here. Let's get some noise. Ground ball to the same side. They'll go the short way for the force, and that ends the inning. But the Spanish Fork Dons see their lead evaporate. We now go to the top half of the 4th inning, and the seesaw battle has begun. 3-2, Pirates on top. I'd like to thank UCCU for their sponsorship of UHSAA Championship Sports all season long. Alexander Timolip, Wilson, Gustafson. The Pirates lead 3-2 now over the Spanish Fork Dons in our last game of the day. And speaking of seesaw battles, Wilson, I know you and Ty heard about this one about a year or so ago. One of the football games we did, Timpanogos against Payson.
Okay.
Down in South Utah County. That was a seesaw battle of itself. Payson took the lead, and let me tell you, those two teams, it could have gone either way in one of those games. I mean, and that was the first game that Ty and I actually called together that night in
the very first
Payson.
one, huh?
Yes, September 30th, 2023. It was the first game we ever called together.
Beginning of a heck of a duo right there.
Well, I don't know about that. I think there were probably better duos on Rewind than the two of us, but
none more iconic though.
None more iconic though than Dusty and Dane. We got to put that out there. None more iconic than Dusty and Dane though. As we're waiting for the foul ball to come back in and make sure everybody's off the field so no one else gets hit by a foul ball coming down the line. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And while we have a minute, I wanted to tell the viewers at home actually how I actually got this. I mean, as we watch the 0-2 pitch here, this one grounded to second. Hidalgo picks it up, throws to first. 4-3 put out, and there's one gone. You know, Wilson, I know you're probably on your mission for this, but I got a phone call from Dusty. Mm-hmm. And, you know, not being a number I recognized, you know, I just leave it alone. But as soon as I read the voicemail, I knew it was him. And he said there was a game at Copper Hills they needed covering that night. Shout out, by the way, Jerem Jordan. He's a CH graduate himself. And he said to me, look, I need you over there. Can you be over there at 7? And I said, you know, sure, why not? I can do it. And the funny thing is, Wilson, Vince still has that first game I did for Rewind. I look back on it now, and I always laugh at myself as that one is popped high in the air to right. Where is that going? Everybody's coming over toward the foul line, and it is caught. What a catch by Hidalgo!
The second baseman shading all the way over into shallow right field into foul territory, sliding to make that play.
He sprinted all the way over from his second base spot in a blink.
There were 3 different Pirates in the vicinity, all going for that ball.
And let me remind you, that's not what I actually did. I did not hurry that fast because I didn't even have a car back then to get to Copper Hills. But I still got there. But to continue the story, I still got there in time. You know, and you know, here I was, this young kid, this 22-year-old or whatever, doing this game for, like, people watching around the state, and I don't think anyone could have even imagined that it would have gotten to this point where I'm doing 100 games. I mean, everyone looks at this now, and I'm like, geez, like, I really did 100? Even I still can't believe it sometimes. Ground ball to third. That's not going to be in time. Good effort, though, by the third baseman, Garcia. And so a 2-out base runner here for the Dons. But I think what that the reason why I bring that up, Wilson, is that I think that shows, you know, just how willing that Dusty and Dane are to give these opportunities to kids like us. I mean, I don't think you could have even imagined the fact you'd be calling championship baseball or even doing your first game earlier this year at West Jordan, because I listened back to that game and I'm like, man, I mean, I think he sounds even better than me when I did my first game.
No, I do. No, I'm actually, that's the thing. I'm super grateful just for Sports Rewind, for Dusty and Dane and all those guys just for giving us chances, because it's true. It's a lot of fun. It's a dream come true for a lot of us. And it's just fun being a part of the sports world, right? Oh.
Hello. As that one comes in and plunks Nixon Warren, so he'll go down to first. Trig Clower now will step up to the bag. But getting back to what you said, it really is. It's a conduit for a lot of us, because a lot of us kids who are doing this, it's been our dream since we were, 3, 4, 5 years old.
It's true. So
I do have to know, though, how nervous were you when you did your first game earlier last year when you were with your friend up at West Jordan?
That was a really interesting one. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous. I hadn't done a ton of football up to that point, but it was a really good time nonetheless. I got to do it with one of my good friends, Dakota, so really enjoyed that one. But yeah, a little nervous going into it, but like I feel like after the first quarter, kind of settled down, was able to call the game and have a lot of fun. But yeah, man, like at the beginning, dude, the nerves were going wild, for sure.
Yeah, because you're like, okay, here I am. I'm following in the footsteps of one of the greatest to ever do it in Dusty Litzter, and I'm following behind probably two of the up-and-coming young stars. Well, okay, one of the up-and-coming young stars, meaning Time, not myself, obviously. But
hey, I mean, don't sell yourself short there, man.
No, but what I'm trying to say is like, you know, there's big shoes to fill. You know,
no, it's true.
Even my first game was some big shoes to fill. This one is lined into center field for a base hit. They're going to send the runner home. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. And the Dons strike back to tie the game. And here we go again.
Great hit from Nixon Warren.
Magic.
Taken to the opposite field, and this Spanish Fork needed this bad, not just to tie up the game, but if you look, they've been scoreless in the last 2 frames, right? But the offense is waking up here, coming alive with a little 2-out rally. You really love to see it. Great work there. Now bringing up Trey Cloward in the 3-hole.
So here comes Sorensen out of the plate. Or that is Trey Cloward, excuse me. That was actually Nixon Warren who had that RBI single. Sorensen's batting. Let's get this straightened out. Sorensen's batting. Jesse Harrison, the pinch runner for Cloward, is over at first. Now we got it straightened out. Runners at the corners, 2 out. It's been a long day, folks. Forgive us. We've done a lot of baseball today. But I will say, when I left, this is only a one-off chances I'm doing now for Rewind, and still yet, I mean, you know, listening to ourselves today, like, I feel like it's like we never left. It's like we never left.
I'm getting some pretty crazy flashbacks to last year's championship for sure.
Oh. Yeah, we'll have plenty of time to reminisce on that later tonight. Hidalgo, what a snag! But he's not going to get the throw going to second as he tripped. And behind the play, the runner will score. And the Dons retake the lead. It is 4-3.
I mean, that's a great play right there from Hidalgo for sure. Just tough. He couldn't quite get it out of his glove in order to try to end the inning right there. I mean, he still kept the runner from moving from third. Great snag for sure. Just a tough break there for Cyprus as Spanish Fork takes the lead.
The seesaw battle continues between these two sides. That one's in the carpet for ball 1.
And it's a death by 1,000 cuts your approach from the Spanish Fork. Just lots of singles, lots of base hits, lots of good base running in order to take the lead right now.
It's that classic Long Beach style, or George Horton, Eric Valenzuela style, or Troy Buckley style small ball. It's that kind of dirtbag mentality, as they call it down in Long Beach. 2-0 pitch.
But as Street just got to put the ball in play, good things are going to happen.
And now Seeley is a pitch away here from loading the bases, and no one is backing him up right now in that Cyprus bullpen. There is no one in there. This is his mess to work out of. 3-0 pitch, taking all the way for a strike.
If you look right now, two shortstops busy holding the runner on second right now, leaving a wide gap there right between third and short.
And we know Harrison's got wheels. 3-1 pitch. Up and in, ball 4, and the bags are full of black shirts.
Morley didn't even want it.
And here comes Alex Aldana out of the dugout. Again, there's nobody up in that bullpen right now for Cyprus, so there is no help coming. And there is no help coming, like I said, for Easton Seeley anytime soon. And this is a critical juncture here right now, Wilson, for the Cyprus Pirates. They got bags full, 2 out.
True
If just allowing even maybe 1 run here outside of getting the bases loaded would be nothing short of a miracle at this point.
No, Seeley really in a tough jam right here. And you got to think, he's had 2 outs here for probably the last 5 batters. But Spanish Fork refusing to back down right now, putting together a great rally with 2 outs. Again, this team hitting with that mentality, backs to the wall, underdogs, just happy to be here. You love to see it.
Here comes the first pitch. And this one hits the corner for a strike, a much-needed first pitch strike for Easton Seeley. 0-1 pitch. Up high, ball 1, around the schnoz.
Seeley just barely missing on that one to bring up a 1-1 count. Could have been huge going up 0-2.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Almost a check swing
Holy
there.
Cow.
From Sammy
He was
Dar
out
in
in
the
front.
dirt.
He was out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seeley 1 pitch away. Can he get it? No, not here. At least not yet. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bags full of black shirts. 2-2 pitch. Foul. Look out, everybody, on University Parkway. Or whatever that street is. I keep saying University Parkway. I know it's not. I'm going to get flamed for it. I know it on social media after this. 2-2 pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3. How about that to get out of the jam for Easton Seeley? And he escapes with no damage, and the Dons leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of inning number 4. The seesaw battle has begun. It is now 4-3, Spanish Fork. Welcome back, everybody. Riverton Chevy, proud to be the sponsor of the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of UHSAA Championship Sports all week long, and also a proud sponsor of our Random Roof Ringer. All right, Wilson Gustafson joining me, Alexander Timolip. It's all yours, buddy.
All righty. Kind of excited about this one. So during the World War II era, the BEANO T-13 hand grenade was designed to have similar dimensions to a baseball. Designed by a CIA precursor and manufactured with Eastman Kodak, the grenade similar to the baseball was intended to increase the chance that Americans who already knew how to play baseball would be able to throw the grenade with a high degree of accuracy. So if you ever wonder why the grenade is a little round guy.
So a hand grenade was made for that. That's crazy.
Based off the baseball.
Based off. So what? Did they just unpin it and then they just like heaved-hoed it? Like they were throwing to the outfield or something?
I mean, pretty much. But just give a little four-seamer
I mean,
right to the Nazis.
you could probably. Whoa, look out. This one's coming over us. Ooh, and it just misses the front row over there.
I was looking at my chops, looking for another random roof ringer, man. If only.
If only. Wishful thinking on our part. Back and forth we go. The seesaw battle continues. The 0-1 pitch coming. And a strike of the letters. No balls and 2 strikes. Sammy Dart now.
Griffel up to bat here, hitting to a fielder's choice his last time up.
0-2 the pitch. Chopper foul. And we'll do it again.
Dart's had a great day so far. Only 3 runs on 4 hits. Done a really good job mitigating the damage. Dealing from the left side here.
No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4-3 the score. What a seesaw battle already. 2 runs in the first and the fourth. Here's the 1-2. And this is tapped off the screen. Ricochets back down to the field. Just like the earlier game between Salem Hills and Orem, the first 4.5 innings have slowly crawled along, but it's been entertaining. This one is grounded toward the hole. Good pick by the shortstop. Long throw to first, and they got him by a step.
Smooth play there by the shortstop. Great quote from my dad, baseball legend. Shout out to Brett Gustavson. Loved he'd always say, there's nothing like watching a smooth shortstop go to work. You really do love to see it right there.
That was Pratt Morley who got the 6-3 put out to Matai Johnson, and boy, how good is it to have a shortstop with that kind of accuracy to back you up as
True.
a strike is called on the inner half.
Little shortstop on shortstop violence there.
One shortstop ground out to the other. 0-1 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. A lot of swinging strikes here for the Pirates batters here tonight. 0-2 the count, 1 out.
True, Dart getting a lot of whiffs this inning here.
He's been getting a lot of whiffs, I think, all night. 0-2 pitch. Foul. That is going into the stands and over everybody.
Surprised didn't go off speed there, but Hidalgo wasn't able to catch up and straighten that thing out. Maybe he'll try and go for a slider or changeup here. Either way, good location. That last pitch low and away.
The 0-2 pitch. And he didn't get the call, just off the letters there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He did go off speed, but didn't quite bring that curve down enough to drop into the zone. Looked pretty good, but not quite, just barely missed.
1-2 pitch. And he fouled it off. Just got enough of the barrel on it.
Just barely.
Just
staying
nicked
alive.
it. Just nicked it off the barrel of the bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes now, 1 out. Here's the 1-2 offering on the way. And that's up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 7th pitch of the AB coming up here.
Credit to Hidalgo. He's really doing a good job staying on top. Found off a couple pitches, waiting for the right pitch, laying off the high stuff.
That one way over the top.
Just like that, forces a full count.
There you go. Right on cue there. Right on cue there, Mr. Gustafson. Full count offering on the way, 1 out. Here in the top half, bottom half of the 4th. This one is ripped foul off the screen, and so we're approaching double-digit pitches territory here. That's the 9th pitch of the AB.
Hidalgo again, not quite able to straighten it out, but staying alive. Really up in the pitch count here for Dart as he gets into these later innings of this game.
Here comes the 3-2. And this is going on the roof. Look out, everybody. So the 10th pitch of the AB is fouled off, and that will... So the 10th pitch of the at-bat gets fouled off, and now the 11th pitch coming up here for Dart. 3-2 pitch. Goodbye. On the 11th pitch of the at-bat, he finally sets him down. What a battle, though.
Great battle there
there's
from
two out.
Hidalgo.
All right, what you got?
Okay, so the first ever baseball hat worn by the New York Knickerbockers in April of 1849 was made
Oh
out
my
of
gosh.
straw.
1849.
1849. Later, designs for hats would go on to be made out of merino wool and now cotton, as we see in today's baseball hats.
Yeah, and unless you're fanatics, you make them with see-through or something like that. But that's crazy, a straw hat. Would have all thought they've been working on plantations or something. 0-1 pitch. Up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. To the pitcher, Easton Seeley.
Pitcher to pitcher right here.
Sure is. 1-1 pitch. Did he go? They say he did not. No appeal down to first. And so the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch coming. That's on the inner half for a strike. Good, crisp fastball right there from Dart.
Yeah, Dart doing a good job painting that inside corner and able to sneak one by Seeley. Bring up 2 strikes. Great work there.
The 2-2 pitch on the way. Doesn't get the call this time.
That one looked pretty good.
That
Looked to
one
be
looked
in
good.
about the same location as that last pitch. Let's see the pitch track on that one. But fair enough, full count here.
Full count offering on the way. Here it comes. Got him!
Seeley refuses to swing the bat on that last pitch there.
No runs, no hits, no errors as the Dons set down the Pirates in order. We go to the top half of inning number 5. 4-3 Spanish Fort. Back up.
And we're back here at Larry H. Miller Park here on BYU campus. So a tight game. Spanish Fork is up 4-3 on the Cyprus Pirates. Seeley's still out there on the mound here to face Sammy Dart as the leadoff hitter this inning. Oh, sorry, correction. Matai Johnson, the first baseman. Johnson grounded out to short, popped out to short his last at bat. Hitless today, 0 for 2, looking for his first hit. Gonna call time before he steps into the batter's box here. Seeley in his 5th inning of work. Johnson takes one inside. 3 runs on 4 hits today for Cyprus. Spanish Fork looking to extend their lead. 4 runs on 9 hits. Cyprus, 2-0 hitters count here, sees the pitch. Swinging strike, just a little bit behind on it to bring up a 2-1 count. Johnson will see another pitch foul it off. The catcher's glove, still a little behind. Seeley with some good work through 5 innings. Good command, well-located pitches so far. A few mistakes, was able to dial in this last inning as he delivers to the plate. Ball's going to be in the dirt low to bring up a full count here for Johnson. Seeley, the right-hander, digs in, working quickly here from the windup, wasting no time as he delivers the payoff pitch. Johnson takes it. Short pop-out, diving from the shortstop, but isn't quite able to get as the ball rolls away. And picked up by the second baseman. A bloop infield single there for Johnson to lead off the inning.
Now plate number 10, Cody McLean.
And that will bring the second baseman, Cody McLean. McLean with a single his first time up. Popped out to the second baseman with a great play over there in foul territory. Showing bunt right now as he is able to get it down, but just barely goes foul. Everyone will reset here. 0-1 count now for McLean as he picks his bat back up and stands back into the batter's box.
as we pick it right back up. 1 ball, 1 strike to count after the leadoff single for the Spanish Fork Dons, and a big insurance run out there right now at first base. That one is inside on the hands. And Wilson, 10 runs so far, 10 hits so far. Like you said, it's a death by 1,000 paper cuts here for the Spanish Fork Dons. Here's the 2-1. This one is off the end of the bat. Look out. That's coming over to the first row. Oh, geez, and the fan can't come up with it over there. And banana ball, that would have been an out if he was able to catch it.
And it's true, of the 10 hits from Spanish Fork so far, just 1 has been for extra bases. 1 double in the first inning.
That is crazy to think.
Since then, it's been all singles from here on out. But it's been effective. Good base running. I mean, that'll win you games.
Full count here to the second man in the order in the inning. That one is inside, ball 4, and so Cody McLean draws a walk. And that'll force the runner up to second, and here comes Jason Pintar now.
Going to the plate, number 16, Jason Pintar.
Jason Pintar comes up to the plate now. 4 runs, 10 hits for Spanish Fork. They put in 2 runs each in the first and the fourth, and the Pirates played a single run in the second and 2 in the third. And you can feel the tension here in Miller Field.
Yep.
You can feel the tension here in Miller Field in this crowd. Step off, throw to second, and they barely got the runner back in. And that's another close pickoff that we've seen today. In this seesaw battle between Spanish Fork and Cyprus.
Yeah, tough spot here for Steve with a leadoff single and then giving up a walk here. No outs, runners on first and second. But he's been dealt with pressure all night long. We'll see if he'll be able to keep delivering here.
First baseman's creeping up into your picture right here. And they bunt it, and it dribbles foul. Whew, that was close.
Good spot there from Pinter on that bunt right there, keeping it away from the first baseman's creeping up. Just barely goes foul, or otherwise would have been a great hit there. However, if he forces it down that third base line, third baseman can make a play, could potentially get that force out at third, kind of killing the whole point of the sacrifice.
That's an awfully long-winded response you give there. Just a simple play. Shows you how much I know about the game of baseball, which is not at all.
There's a lot of directions I could have gone, right? Interesting that Cyprus decides to pull in their first baseman, but leaving third there.
And they do it again here. That first baseman creeping up in your picture as this is slugged the other way to left. Right at the left fielder. Densley makes the squeeze and throws back in to hold that runner at second. And so there's 1 out here in the top half of the 5th inning. A very important insurance run out there at second right now for the Dons.
Yeah, a bit of a big lead there, or a bit of a big tag from the runner on second. Kind of surprised he didn't try and take something a bit shorter and try to make his way over to the third.
First pitch on the way is up and in on the hands, ball 1. Trying to keep the hitters honest here.
Duval got hit by a pitch his last time up to bat, but 2 hits on the day otherwise.
1-0 pitch. And that's fouled off the barrel right back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners on first and second, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. 4-3 Spanish Fork.
Duval also scored the first run of the game as well.
Yes, he did. And he swings and misses here. Way out in front on that off-speeder. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Easton Seeley trying to hold down the fort for the Pirates. And this is a 58-foot breaking ball that gets away from the catcher. And the runner will move up 90 feet to third. And so there are runners on the corners now with only 1 out. But the double play ball still in play here.
Well, that's some great heads of base running from McLean there. Took a big secondary lead, saw the pass ball, no hesitation, went for it, and had just enough runaway from the catcher that was able to make his way into third base. Great play.
2-2 pitch, grounder. 6, 4, 3, double play! And just like that, the twin killing ends the inning. What a play. The Spanish Fork Dons get runners on the corners, but they don't bring them home. Runners at the corners, they don't score. 4-3, Spanish Fork leads. At the conclusion of this evening's game, Wilson and I will be selecting our choice for the Tab Bank Player of the Game. And in this seesaw battle between Spanish Fork and Cyprus, 4-3, your score. As the Pirates try to put together a rally here in the final 2.5 innings or so of this ball game. In Wilson, these two pitchers have gone toe-to-toe, and right now, this is where the stress is really going to start going up, and the heartbeat will start really going up here.
Yep, it's true. Bottom of the 5th here, the Pirates are starting to run out of chances to make a comeback here. And again, they're only 1 run down, right? Anything's possible. But you want to stop, like, as you can start to feel the time running out, you're going to want to try and get on base here and you make some action happen.
Leading off the Pirates, number 9, Carter Prim.
So Carter Prim, 9-1-2, the DH, right fielder, center fielder to start. Proceedings here in the bottom half of inning number 5 as that pitch is taken up high for ball 1 from Sammy Dart. Sammy Dart and Easton Seeley going toe-to-toe here tonight. That one on the other half doesn't get the call. And it's 2 balls and no strikes, so looks like head coach Alex Aldana has made an adjustment here. Not much first pitch swinging. 2-0 pitch is barreled off the screen, foul.
True credit to both pitchers here, Easton Seeley and Sammy Dart, for going 5 innings deep. It's been a great pitcher's duel here. Love what I'm seeing from both sides, as Dart's had a great game so far, only giving up 4 hits.
That one is outside, 3 balls and a strike. And the tying run in the person of Carter Prim now stands a ball away from loading the bases or going on base. Here's the 3-1. Liner down the left field line, tailing foul. As we have a right-hander up in the bullpen right now for the Cyprus Pirates. There he is. So there is movement now in that Pirates bullpen. Down 4-3.
Yeah, could potentially see a reliever here come in for Easton Seeley.
And time called here by Prim just to get the reliever a little bit more time to warm up. Here comes the pitch. Foul. Watch out. That's going to go over everybody out of the ballpark. 3-2 the count here to the leadoff man, Carter Prim, Rene Hidalgo, DJ Ovison, Easton Anderson, the next 3 after 9-man Carter Prim. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Great work there by Sammy Dart. I was getting later into this game. Fatigue can start to set in, but was able to dial in on that full count. Blows one by Griffel there. Great work. By Prim.
So now here comes Rene Hidalgo up to the plate. Cyprus has had their chances in this game, but they haven't been able to break through. 1 out here in the bottom half of inning number 5 as this one is down on the carpet, ball 1. On the opening round, on the nightcap of our opening round quadruple header. 1-0. Swing and a miss.
Hidalgo without a hit today, got a walk on his last at bat and came around and scored. But still looking for that first solid contact. Nice gap there between left and center, though.
That one is lifted in the air to left, down the line, and under it, coming into foul ground, there is the left fielder Sorensen. He makes the grab. And there's 2 gone here in the bottom half of inning number 5.
Now playing for 5, DJ.
Dart putting together a really nice 5th inning here. Could be huge to get his team into the 6th with that narrow 1-run lead.
1-run lead with still 3 innings to go. Wilson feels like an eternity at this point.
Mm-hmm.
2 outs. Here's the pitch. That one is in on the hands for a strike. Kind of does remind me of the games we did last year in the second round going onwards. Lehigh AF, Lehigh Riverton, the semifinal game. The Corner Canyon Lehigh game 3. Those were all some high stress, high impact IPAC games. I'm sure you and I remember those very, very well.
Oh, of course.
Amazing, amazing games last year. They were 0-2 pitch. Line into left field, and right at the left fielder, Sorensen, who comes in on the run to make the grab. And the Pirates go down Ekahi Elua Aloha in the bottom of inning number 5. We go down to the top of inning number 6. The Spanish Fork Dons up by 1 as we go to the last 2 innings. And the deeper into the night we go, the colder the shivers get. I had to throw that in there. Again. Sorry. We start up the top half of the 6th inning. Alex Larson now comes in to pitch for Easton Seeley. Seeley will now be on the hook for the loss if the Pirates cannot come back and win this game, which means Sammy Dart is the favorite to get the W here tonight. Alex Larson takes over, and well, who wouldn't want to take over in a spot like this? You're down by 1, your season's on the line, 2 innings to go, and if you're Cyprus here, Wilson, how important is it to get out of this thing with a clean inning? At the very least.
I mean, it's huge, right? Not only just because, obviously, you don't want to give any runs here, but you want to give your offense time to work. You want to be able to get them right, keep them in their momentum, keep them in the zone, give them another chance right here. You don't want to take a long time, give up a big inning, and then let the bats get cold at the same time.
4 runs, 10 hits for the Dons. Cyprus, 3 runs, 4 hits. Both sides, no errors. It's been a clean game on both sides. The pitchers have been outstanding in this ball game. Sammy Dart, 84 pitches. Easton Seeley went 5 innings and threw 98 pitches, but he gave up 4 runs on 10 hits, and he is now on the hook for the L. And now Nixon Warren, 2-3-4, the heart of the order coming up.
Warren with a single his last time up. Also laid on a sacrifice bunt in his first at-bat, 1 for 2 on the day.
First pitch from Larson is a changeup right there for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Ground ball. And that's off the third baseman. Little miscommunication right there. Garcia and Griffel got their signals crossed up. And that's the first hit allowed by the Cyprus Pirates in about 3 innings.
Well, and just like that, it's another single from Spanish Fork, who's just done a great job of putting the ball in play. Great bat-to-ball skills from this team all around. Seems to be a part of the offensive mindset for the team as a whole.
Here's the first pitch on the way from Larson. Oh, wow, way out in front of that one. He got fooled.
Yeah, pitcher's in the dirt there.
Trig Clower got fooled right there. Didn't expect that to come into his grill.
Yeah, saw a lot of breaking balls from Larson in his warm-ups. Another one right there, curveball. Missed a little bit high. But wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of those as he continues throughout this first inning, through his first inning of work.
Here in the 6th, 4-3, Spanish Fork leads. Throw back to first, close play, but they don't get him. And it is dead quiet here inside Larry H. Miller Field. Everybody knows how important every one of these pitches now are. 1-1 pitch. That's again a curveball in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike.
Looks like he's short on that one just a little bit. Release came down low in the dirt. We go 2-1 count here.
It is 10 o'clock local time here in Provo. Swing and a miss.
Cloward has 2 hits today. Hit that double in the first inning to score the first run of the game.
2-2 pitch coming. Larson is ready. Hitter's ready. Here it comes. Just a little bit low. 3 balls and 2 strikes getting into chase. Full count to Trig Cloward, the catcher. Jackie Sorensen, the left fielder, stands on deck. Here's the pitch. High fly ball in the center. To the top of the Y logo goes Ovison. He makes the squeeze. And there's 1 out here in the top half of inning number 6 as the runner retreats back to first base. Good time to remind you the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of the 5A Baseball State Championships are presented all week long by Tab Bank. Tab Bank is the home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% APY on your account balance and 1% cash back on all eligible purchases. Those are just the beginning, though. Convenient online and mobile banking are available with no hidden or complex qualification requirements, no minimum opening balances, and no account fees. No wonder Tab Bank calls it a big deal. Not as big as Ron Burgundy, but you know what I mean. Tab Bank is a proud member of the FDIC and a proud sponsor of KSL Sports Rewind. No balls and 1 strike as manager Alex Aldana comes out of the mound.
Not quite sure what prompted this meeting here. Nothing too crazy on that foul ball down the right field line, but
perhaps he sees something that we don't.
You don't know if it's body language or some sort of reaction or maybe just giving some advice out there, switching up the strategy.
First-year head coach for the Cyprus Pirates, Alex Aldana. Assisted, of course, by Jared Butcher, Tyken Wren, Shane Anderson, Levi Lewin, and Braden Anderson. Great tradition of baseball up in Salt Lake County. Cyprus, of course, Kearns High School, their longtime rival at Kearns, the home of some great baseball there at Gates Field. 0-1 pitch, check throw back to first, and they did not get him. Boy, that was close.
Sorensen 2 hits so far. 2 for 3 on the day, looking for a third.
No balls and a strike to count. 1 out, 1 runner on, and the pitch. Ground ball, base hit! Shortstop was cheating towards the second base bag. Throw back into second. They get the runner held up. Nixon Warren. And there are runners at first and second now with only 1 out.
Not entirely sure what the shortstop was doing there. It looks like maybe he was shading over to cover a potential pass ball, or if the runner looked like he was going, he was just shifting over to try and cover that. But really unfortunate the hit went immediately to his right and couldn't change direction fast enough. Tough break there for the Pirates.
It did look like that he was anticipating the runner to go, and now we have a hit batter. And now the bags are full of black shirts again. The second hit batter of the evening for the Cyprus pitching staff. And now Alex Larson is in some real trouble here. He's got the bases loaded. And still only 1 out, and the pitcher Sammy Dart coming up to bat. And some big insurance runs out there at second and third, ready to come across. First pitch on the way is outside, ball 1.
Just want to bring up the fact again, there have only been 2 singles this inning. Still no extra base hits. Just 2 singles and a hit by pitch. Bases loaded. Could spell trouble.
There's a ground ball. They're going to go the short way to first, and they're not going to get him. Runner comes in to score behind the play. The bags are still loaded. And it's 5-3. I'm not sure how they're going to score that. They're going to score that as an error.
Yeah, that's a tough play right there by Short. Second base didn't seem quite ready to take that, so he decides to go 1. Tough hop there. First base and able to scoop that thing.
And now the Pirates have their work cut out for them here.
So many tough breaks here for Cyprus. Going to have to find a way to bounce back with just 1 out.
0-1 pitch, swung on a miss, strike 2, and a big-time 0-2 count here. And boy, does Alex Larson need this. If they can get out of this with just limiting the 1 run, it'd be a miracle. High fly ball to right. Might not be deep enough to get the run home. Second baseman comes over and drops it. No way. They call the infield fly. The infield fly has been called. The infield fly was called, and it's an out. The ball was in the air in the infield, so they do not give the runner a free pass. And because the ball was dropped, it is an out. According to the infield fly rule, the ball is even though the ball was dropped, it does not count as a run, and it will automatically rule an out.
So it looks like from the ruling there, so there's 1 out, bases were loaded.
Yes.
Because of the infield fly, The batter is going to be out, which means...
That means this is a double play then, isn't it?
Did they tag him up at first?
Did they? Are they ruling it that they tied them up?
I think they're just going to call the runner out at first, and the run scores.
Yes. So the run is out. The runner is out because of the infield fly rule by rule, and then the run still scores regardless. So it is 6-3, regardless of what happens.
If the second baseman had caught it, that would have been major trouble for Spanish Fork.
Yes, if that
However,
was caught.
if they could have tagged him up at third, because at that point the runner on third was already gone.
Yes. And that's good eyes on my part, Wilson, because I looked over to my right and I saw the first base umpire immediately point up. So that's the infield. So the infield fly rule was called. The run scores, but the runner is out because the ball was dropped.
Yeah,
Big break there for Cyprus.
Really interesting situation there, but yeah, it gives them at least their second out.
That is a big break there for Cyprus. They don't get any more damage, so it works out basically like a sac fly.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Cody McLean now stands in. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball back to the pitcher. It actually was a liner right back to the pitcher. Good catch by Larson. And that is the inning. So Cyprus gets bailed out on the infield fly call and limits the damage to just 2 runs. But the Pirates have their work cut out for them. They're down now by 3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Miller Park.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Well, the Cyprus Pirates down to their last 6 outs here, facing elimination here in the opening round. And Sammy Dart, who's thrown 84 pitches, now set to go the rest of the way, at least as long as he can. Wilson Gustafson joining me, Alexander Timolapura, the broadcast booth of the Cy and Betty Kimball broadcast booth here at Larry H. Miller Field. And if anyone needed a rally, it's the Pirates, and the Buccos need to do something about this right now.
Anderson hitless today so far.
And takes a strike. Theme of the night.
In the 3-hole here, not a bad guy to lead off the inning, hoping for a single. But that second baseman playing out deep.
Strike 2.
Trying to cut off maybe a potential line drive there.
Strike 2 to Easton Anderson. No balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Goodbye.
And Sammy Dart has looked really, really good in these last 3 innings. He's now sat down the last 7 batters that he's faced.
And I believe, Wilson, that is his 5th strikeout, is it not?
Mm-hmm. 4 of them in those last 7 batters.
Wow.
Or sorry, quick correction. That's his 8th.
Jeez. Cody Densley now stands in. His brother Brody next on deck, then Nick Griffel, then Rainer Hidalgo. One-0 pitch on the way. In on the hands, doesn't get the call. 2 balls and no strikes. 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Spanish Fork. 3 runs, 4 hits, and an error for Cyprus. But they got bailed out on that huge infield fly out on that last play. 2-0 pitch. That one is right there for a strike on the inner half.
Dart finding a good way to get back into this count at 2-1. Try not to go down 3-0.
2-1 pitch. Foul. That's coming right over to the stands and over everybody.
Just like that, it's 2-2. Dart doing a really good job here. Still doing a great job. It's always tough going against lefty, and especially with a guy who has good command on his fastball and with the occasional off speed there just to keep batters on their toes and to keep them honest. Been a really great night so far from him.
2-2 pitch. And he leaves it away. 3 balls and 2 strikes, so the count goes full here on Cody Densley.
especially taking into the 6th inning, too.
And he's only thrown 84 pitches entering this inning, which is remarkable.
Some really good stamina here in these last 2 innings. Going on 3.
Got him looking. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks to start the inning for Sammy Dart.
And that's 9.
9 strikeouts for Sammy Dart.
Now plate number 27, Brody Hensley.
And the Pirates are staring elimination game in the face. They're down to their final 4 outs. They need to get something going, and they need to do it in a hurry. First pitch. And that is inside, ball 1. Cyprus, the loser of this game, will play tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. The winner will play tomorrow at 4:30. Well, actually 7:30. A big difference between playing in the afternoon and playing in the morning.
Densley 1 for 2 today with a single and a ground out.
2-0 pitch. And that one almost hit him, working him in. 3 balls and a strike here. Dart not giving these hitters anything here.
True, but he's done a really good job of getting back into counts all night. See if he can do it again here.
The 3-0 pitch. And taken all the way, strike 1.
Yeah, I have not seen a lot of aggression on 3-0 tonight. Which at some point, you've got to start swinging the bat.
He does there, but it's a fly ball to center field. High up in the air. Center fielder coming in. And he squeezed it. Does Nixon Warren. And that ends the inning. And that is not the inning that Cyprus needed. Now they're down to their final 3 outs, but they need their defense to come through first. We go to the top half of the final inning of the night. 7th coming up here. 6-3. Spanish Fork. 98 pitches thrown for Sammy Dart as we hit the top half of the 7th inning. The last inning of the night. 6-3. The Cyprus Pirates now down to their final 3 outs, but first they got to take care of business on defense. First, Alexander Timolip alongside Wilson Gustafson at the Cy and Betty Kimball press box here at BYU on the campus of BYU at Larry H. Miller Field. And Wilson, this has been a clinic put on by the Spanish Fork Dons tonight, holding down the Cyprus Pirates to just 4 hits and themselves getting 6 runs on 12 hits. This has been an impressive performance on both sides of the ball by the 20th seed Dons, and you can see why they come into this one with plenty of momentum coming off that win, that series win of the Supers over Alta.
No, it's so true, and it's been a really interesting brand of baseball that they're playing tonight, right? Where, again, they have 1 extra base hit all night long, and that was in the very first inning. Since then, it's been all singles and taking advantage of walks. But that's the magic of putting the ball in play. When you do that, good things are going to happen. And they've put up 6 runs on it. That's really all you need. You don't need a ton of power. Don't even need a ton of extra base hits. If you get guys on base, if you don't get out, you're going to score runs. It's as simple as that.
Score update from UVU and UCCU Ballpark. Riverton defeats Mountain Ridge 3-1 in the final game of the final opening round game of the day in 6A. And guess what the matchup is going to be? Riverton American Fork in the winner's bracket tomorrow afternoon.
Another classic.
What a game that is going to be. The Silver Wolves and the Cavemen getting set to renew their rivalry. What a game that's going to be tomorrow. And also Lehigh against Davis. I mean, there's 2 really good, tasty games tomorrow on the ledger at ECU Ballpark.
Going to be a good one for sure. That 6A tournament's always so much fun to watch, man.
2-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball to the right side. And it gets through Hidalgo. He's been so sure-handed all night. And I believe that might go down as an E4. And it is. It passed right through his legs and underneath his glove.
Plate number 9, Austin Duval.
And let me tell you, if you're Cyprus, that's the last thing you wanted to start this inning defensively.
It's true, right? You just got to be there. I think that's one thing that separated Spanish Fork from Cyprus tonight has just been execution, right? There's been a couple of mistakes that Cyprus has made that Spanish Fork hasn't. What's got them on top?
Bunted foul up the backstop, and Wilson, I mean, that's what it comes down to at this point of the season. I mean, it comes down to execution, and it just seems like Cyprus is a little bit slower right now than Spanish Fork is. And you can tell Spanish Fork is taking advantage of the games that they played beforehand because they look like they're the fresher, more springier team here in this game.
It's true. I mean, Spanish Fork is playing like they want to be here, ultimately, right? They're playing like they know they're the underdogs here, got their backs to the wall. But they've been all over the ball tonight. They've been hustling, playing well, which you really love to see. And Cyprus just lacking a bit of that killer instinct.
The Spanish Fork Dons come into this game, by the way, 2 games under 500 at 13 and 15. And the Pirates come into this game at 14 games over 500 at 21 and 7. But remember, the Pirates, they made it hard on themselves. They had to win all 3 games. Had to win a decisive game 3 against the Wasatch Wasps just to even get here. So they know a thing or two about adversity. 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the pitcher, Jason Pintar. Quick check throw to first, and back in is Pintar. Leadoff man is Boston Duvall. He stands at the plate. I apologize. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch. No dice. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Six, 7, 8 will be the order coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Pirates to try and kickstart something and keep their season alive. Ground ball to third, and it's bobbled again by the third baseman. Throw over to first is going to get him. Boy, Nick Griffel now covering over at third with Easton Seeley now playing short on the double switch. But that's a big out to get. The 5-3 force. Well, advances the runner.
And credit where credit is due to the third baseman for being willing to stick with the ball. It's tough whenever you bobble it. Sometimes you can get flustered, but stayed calm and under control. Gets that out at first, moving this inning along.
First pitch on the way from Larson is inside on the hands to Nixon Warren. 1 ball, no strikes.
Seen a lot of breaking balls here so far from Larson, but Duvall was able to kind of sit on that one. Hit it hard, but just directly to the third baseman on that ground ball.
1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Coming right back at him with the fastball. Good mix of speeds there.
Approaching 10:30 local time here at Larry H. Miller Field. What a game this has been. What a day this has been. 1-1 pitch is lifted foul back to the screen. And so 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. Again, Griffel, Rainer Hidalgo, Easton Seeley now. In the bottom half of the 7th inning for the 5th-seeded Pirates, who are staring possible elimination right in the face. 1-2 pitch. Lifted foul down the right field line. That's going into the temporary bleachers over there. There is a right-hander now in the bullpen for the Spanish Fork Dons. So I would assume, based on that Sammy Dart's night is probably done. He's at 98 pitches right now, so I am assuming probably they'll bring in that person in the bullpen for the 9th inning. Or the 7th inning. It's basically the 9th inning. 1-2 pitch. And it's off the end of the bat foul. And we'll do it again.
Warren putting together a nice at-bat. Fought off a couple of pitches here. Staying alive, staying tough. Which is important in these later games as pitchers start to get tired. He's doing what he can. Racking up that pitch count. Hopefully he can get a little single here, keep this inning alive.
1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Up the middle, off the pitcher, base hit. Ooh. The runner will come around to score. The throw is cut off. And could that be the thank you and good night for the Spanish Fork Dons? It's 7-3 on the RBI single by Nixon Warren.
Warren's 3rd hit of the night in his 5th at-bat. Gets the RBI here. Good piece of work. Hitting it right up the middle. Well done. Good contact there.
Throw back in is not in time. Pratt Morley, by the way, is up in the bullpen.
The shortstop.
Yes, the shortstop for Spanish Fork. So he's the closer that's going to try to get the final 3 outs here tonight. Sammy Dart in line for the W. Larson's next pitch is inside on the hands and low, ball 1.
Not a bad miss per se. Maybe a little inside. But not going to catch Cloward swinging.
Next pitch fouled off over to the bench.
Clower showing a little frustration on that one, just a tad behind. If he straightens that thing out, again, could have hit that nice gap with the second baseman and double play depth.
And that was a big run to get in for Spanish Fork. They lead 7-3 here with 13 hits on the ledger here tonight. This one is lifted in the air to right. Drifting over is the second baseman, Hidalgo. And he makes the catch, falling to his knees. And a big second out right there to strand the runner at first. And now here comes Jackie Sorensen, the left fielder.
Now playing 12, Jackie Sorensen.
Sorensen 3 for 3 today with 3 singles and a walk. Has yet to not reach base. Perfect guide to try and extend this rally or extend this inning for the Dons.
First pitch on the way is lifted in the air to center. Dropping fast. Shortstop coming on, makes the catch. And that ends the inning. And the Cyprus Pirates have a lot of work to do. They have 4 runs to make up in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And not a lot of outs to go, not a lot of outs to work with. It's last chance saloon for the Buccos. We'll be back after this. Spanish Fork 3 outs away from pulling off the upset and sending the Cyprus Pirates down to the losers bracket. Alexander Tumulp alongside Wilson Gustafson. One last time, we'd like to remind you tonight, Tab Bank is a proud sponsor of the Utah High School Activities Association and their sponsorship of KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the UHSAA baseball playoffs. Tab Bank is the home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% APY on your account balance and 1% cash back on all eligible purchases. But there's also convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualification requirements at all, no minimum opening balance, and no account fees. Let's just say, in the words of Ron Burgundy, it's kind of a big deal. Tab Bank is a member of the FDIC and a proud sponsor of KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of UHSAA baseball and the playoffs. While I have a minute, want to take this time to thank all of the people. I'll get to do this again, obviously, at the end, but given the fact that it is my 100th game, want to thank all of the people, all the cameramen that have been with us up to this point, Wilson.
So true.
And we would be remiss if we didn't say thank you to Dusty and Dane for giving us this opportunity. And Vince Francis, especially. I swear, Vince needs to go into a hyperbaric chamber and just do nothing for the next week and a half. That guy works overtime to put these things on. We love him to death. And, it's amazing what he and Dusty and Dane have done. Like I said, Wilson, keep harping on it, giving us kids like these opportunities to showcase our talents. And it's amazing what it's grown into.
No, it's so true. So true. Grateful for everyone who puts in all the work behind the scenes to bring this production to people. It's a blast for us, and it's a blast for everyone involved. So shout out to everyone behind the scenes who does not get enough recognition because they absolutely deserve it.
We hope you all are tuned in watching the final 3 outs of this one here tonight. Nick Griffel, Rainer Hidalgo, and Easton Seeley are the last 3 chances that the Pirates will have to put up runs with the closer Pratt Morley out there. And Cyprus pretty much going to need a miracle from the heavens here if they want to survive and advance to the winner's bracket. They are facing a steep hill to climb here. That's away, ball 2. Sammy Dart in line for the win through 98 pitches, 9 strikeouts on the night. And Easton Seeley is in line to take the loss. And Pratt Morley would get the save. That one is fouled.
Yeah, great stuff from Dart.
He was incredible.
Great stamina, great efficiency, especially closed out the game really well. Sitting down 9 in a row to finish out those last 3 innings.
Yeah, 9 in a row and 5 strikeouts for him. 2-1 pitch from Morley. There's a strike right over the heart of the plate. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good comeback here from Morley, who started down 2-0.
And how about the comeback from this pitching staff for Spanish Fork? Down 3-2. They've shut out the Pirates for the last 3 innings. Plus. That's impressive.
No, it's true.
2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Goodbye. And a proverbial groan goes up from the Cyprus faithful as the Spanish Fork faithful are starting to smell it.
You can start to feel it here. Cyprus looking for any amount of momentum here to see if they can try and stay in this game with 2 outs left.
2 outs to go. Rainer Hidalgo now stands in. First pitch on the way. And that's a strike. Check swing, didn't matter, was in there. And that's been the story of the night. This pitching staff just dominating for the Spanish Fork Dons.
Yeah, up a little bit. Some good velocity on that fastball.
They look absolutely nothing like a 20th seed. Swing and a miss.
Just
Hidalgo
like that.
Calls for time.
0-2 here. Hidalgo needs to choke up to see if he can put anything in play.
Time slipping through the hourglass for the Pirates. That one is a called strike free. Back to back to start the 7th.
Now play number 19, Easton Seeley.
And Easton Seeley is the last chance. What a performance from the Spanish Fork Dons. Strike one.
Morley's doing a great job attacking the strike zone here. Not afraid to challenge any of these Cyprus hitters coming right at him.
Ball one. Pratt Morley waits. The 1-1. Strike two. The Dons have the Pirates down on their final strike. And here it is. One, two. The ship is sunk. The Spanish Fork Dons stun the Cyprus Pirates as Pratt Morley strikes out the side.
I mean, that's nails right there. Closer comes in, strikeouts the last two, looking great performance from Morley to cap off an incredible game here from Spanish Fork. Love to see what they were doing tonight.
What an unbelievable performance from the Spanish Fork Dons. The 20th seed pull off the shocker and relegate the Cyprus Pirates to the losers bracket. And the Dons move on to face the top seed and defending champ Maple Mountain tomorrow afternoon. Wow. Wilson Gustafson, that was impressive.
No, truly. Truly. I mean, you love seeing Spanish Fork out here playing against the higher-seeded Cyprus Pirates, who had a great game, right? But truly, you can tell they have the momentum, right? They just come off of an upset win. They have a lot of swagger and a lot of confidence, and they let that show, and they played with it. They played their brand of baseball, right? Lots of hits, putting the ball in play, and it worked out great for them. They've played it really well tonight, put up 7 runs, and just ultimately love to see it.
Well, time now to name our Tab Bank player of the game, Wilson Gustafson. I think we have to go with Sammy Dart, the starting pitcher. He gets the win. 5 strikeouts, 6 innings strong on 98 pitches. Pratt Morley, the shortstop, gets the save in the game. And Sammy Dart was on a heater tonight, retiring the last 9 batters he faced. What an impressive performance by Sammy Dart.
No, it's sure going 6 strong, 9 strikeouts, 98 pitches, and that's one thing too that you can't forget is in a tournament like this, not only did he get the win, but he also was able to save arms from their bullpen for the rest of this tournament, so they can come out here and keep playing super well in back-to-back-to-back games. So that'll prove valuable for them for the rest of this tournament tonight.
Well, it's the end of the day, and it's of course the end of my 100th game here. I mean, who would have known? I mean, like these kind of games, Wilson. I mean, these kind of games are what we as broadcasters live for. But I have to say, getting to be able to do this with you today, and getting to be able to do this with Ty last year, these are the memories we all live for. And I have to say, your and I also have to say, I appreciate you coming along for the ride with me today, because having people along for the ride like this makes it so much more fun.
No, of course, man. Hey, and I'm honored. It's been a really fun experience here. And Alex, man, shout out to you, man. 100 games on Rewind is a lot. And Alex, I can promise you, man, you will go down one of the legends of KSL Sports Rewind. It's been an honor to get to work with you.
Well,
for real.
Okay, I'm not going to be on the same level as Dusty and Dane, but I guess I'll take it. By the way, I was going to do this again. I did say that I was going to do this, but I want to give a shout out to all the camera guys and all of the people behind the scenes that have done this, especially Josh, who did our camera for us today. I sent a shout out, of course, to Tino Psyche, who worked with me for a few games. Mike Christensen, who worked with me for a few games as well. If he's watching, shout out to you, Mike. Also, shout out to Colton Potter, who's still going strong at BYU Sports Nation and has a kid on the way. Congratulations to him. And Tyler Gibb, of course, my color guy for a few games. Nate Thatcher, still working strong at BYUSN as well. And, of course, we can't forget Ty. I mean, Ty is doing a good work over there in Japan. And, you know, I will say it just doesn't feel the same without him, but I would say you did a very fine job holding down the seat for him this year, Wilson.
Hey, some big shoes to fill for sure. But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure being out here with you today, Alex. Appreciate the call.
And of course, thank you, Dusty, thank you, Dane, thank you, Vince, for 100 games. It is a complete honor and a privilege to get to fill these shoes. And we're not done yet. We still have plenty more games to go, but for now at least, this will be, at least for now, the last game I'll do for a while. But thank you, Wilson. Thank you, Josh, and all the people behind the scenes on Rewind. The final score is Spanish Fork 7, Cyprus 3. You need to go get some sleep because you deserve it. And he needs to go get sleep as well.
Hey, you too, Alex. Don't sell yourself short, man. Been saying it all night long.
Oh, well, I tend to do that anyway. But anyway, for the rest of our crew on Rewind, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Kyle Garrison will take you the rest of the way, and then Matt Colma has the call of Championship Saturday. For all of us here on Rewind, check out KSLSports.com for more UHSAA State Championship Spring Sports Championship Week. Until next time, everyone, we bid you a farewell from Provo, Utah. Aloha from Utah, as always, forgot to say that. And good night. Thank you for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the UHSAA 5A Baseball Tournament.